Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. If you are new here and you love skincare, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and you can also ring the bell if you would like to be notified every time I upload a new video. So I was really excited when I saw that this recently launched exclusively at Cult Beauty in the UK. I know that this brand has been around for a while in the US, and I've seen many people that I follow on Instagram using it and raving about it. So I was really excited to see it launch in the UK. So far they've only got this one product available. I know that there's a few different versions from the brand, but so far they've only got the Unseen Sunscreen. It comes in two sizes. This is the super mini and very cute 15ml, but it also comes in a slightly larger one as well. So I'm going to get started with all the facts and everything that you need to know about what type of sunscreen this is and how it works, and then I will go on to share my personal thoughts and how I think that it performs as a sunscreen. So this is a chemical sunscreen. Chemical sunscreens work by absorbing the sun's UV rays and then emitting them back off of the face as heat. The other type of sunscreen that you can have is a physical sunscreen, which basically works as tiny mirrors and they reflect the sun's rays off of the face. The upside to chemical sunscreens is that they tend to be lighter weight and less white and chalky compared to a lot of the mineral versions. So this is a really good option if you do like a really lightweight type of sunscreen. But if you have more sensitive skin types, then people tend to prefer using the mineral versions. So a lot of you will know that I'm a huge fan of chemical sunscreens. I particularly like the Korean versions because they are super lightweight. So I was interested to see how this one would compare to some of my favorite Korean ones. I really like the Claire Soft Airy UV Essence, and the Purito sunscreens are also really amazing. I've got reviews on both of those sunscreens which I will link down below. So there's a little bit of confusion regarding the rating of this because in the US this is an SPF 40, but they had to change the packaging for the EU because the laws are different and it only gets a rating of SPF 30 in the EU. But both of the formulas are exactly the same, so if you are in the US it will be SPF 40, and if you are buying this from Cult Beauty in the UK or in Europe, then you will see that it's SPF 30, but it's basically the same formula. This is fragrance free, which I think is really important for a sunscreen because they can sometimes irritate the skin a little bit, especially if you're out in the sun and it's hot. The skin tends to become a little bit more sensitive anyway, so I think that it's always better if a sunscreen is fragrance free, and this one definitely is. It's also cruelty free, which is another bonus that I like to see in all skincare products. I was really impressed to see that this is sweat proof and waterproof because it is such a lightweight formula. They often aren't waterproof. A lot of the Korean ones that I particularly like to use are definitely not waterproof, so this one is, which is definitely another added bonus. The chemical filters that this contain, I've got them written down, are Avobenzone at 3%, Homosalate at 8%, Octisalate at 5%, and Octorylene at 4%. Now they say that this is a reef-friendly sunscreen. Some of the issues with certain chemical sunscreens is that they contain filters that have been known to cause coral bleaching. Now, the vast majority of filters that are used in this are not on the hit list, are not problematic for the coral reefs. However, the Octocrylene is used to stabilize the other UV filters that are in this. And after doing some research, some sites say that the Octocrylene is potentially problematic for sea life. Personally, I do not wear this to the beach. I just wear this day to day in the city, but if you are wearing this to the beach, then it's worth knowing that the Octocrylene in this could be potentially problematic. In addition, this also contains red algae, which is supposed to protect the skin against blue light. So that's everything that comes from our screens, so our phones or our computers, televisions, anything like that. I'm not sure how much scientific research or studies there are to back up how that particular red algae can protect the skin against blue light. I don't know what research there is behind it, but they say it can do that, so it's worth knowing. So when this arrived, I was a little bit surprised at how tiny the 15ml is, but I think that they don't really use any kind of excessive packaging, so it does seem super tiny compared to what it was on the website. But this cost £10 for 15ml, so I think that it's really nice if you can do that, just to kind of test out the product, see how it works before investing in the full size one. I have to say I really like this. I've actually got it on my face now and I've been wearing it all day long. So it's about mid-afternoon now. I've been wearing it since the morning. I was out on my bike, it was hot, it was sunny, so I was sweating a little bit. So I feel that all in all, it hasn't made my skin too shiny. This really is an invisible sunscreen. It has got quite an unusual texture. So it's got almost like a slightly waxy, thicker texture to it, but it doesn't feel greasy or unpleasant on the skin. What I will say about this is it's got dimethicone in, so it's a silicone-based formula. It offers quite an unusual texture because it kind of has that silkiness that I'm used to seeing with a primer. If you do like those silicone type primers, then you will definitely like this because it gives the skin a really nice smooth canvas. So if you're going to put some makeup on top of it, it will sit quite nicely and smoothly on top. This really is an invisible sunscreen, so the only thing that I struggle slightly with is that it's difficult to see where I've already applied it. Because it's got that silicone formula, it doesn't feel very wet when you put it on the skin. It's like, you know, that silicone texture that's quite unique, so it just kind of, you put it on the face and then it just almost disappears into the skin. So that's really nice. It offers a really nice lightweight finish that is, I would say, completely unique. It's definitely as lightweight and indeceptible as a Korean sunscreen would be. So on that point, it definitely compares really, really well, but it does literally just disappear into the skin. So it is difficult to see exactly where you've applied it. The only thing that I personally find with chemical sunscreens is that they sometimes sting my eyes. That is generally the case with all of them. I try to apply them as close to my eyes as I can, but if they get too close, then they always make my eyes kind of water and sting. And I found that that does happen a little bit with this one, but that's personally something that I have found with every chemical sunscreen that I've tried. I'm really impressed with the finish. I don't usually like silicone type products. I just find that texture so unusual. I'm just not used to it. But I have to say, within this sunscreen formula, I think that it's really unique. I really like it. It just glides across the face nicely. If anything, that I just wish that it could be slightly wet or shiny until it dries down so that I had a better indication of exactly where I'd applied it, but that's like a very, very small kind of picky thing. All in all, I think that this is a really good sunscreen. I do wish that it was SPF 50 instead of SPF 30, but I do understand that this is SPF 40 in the US, and I think that SPF 40 is pretty good. So all in all, I do really, really like it. It's definitely pricier than my favorite Korean sunscreens though, but I do really, really like the packaging, and I think that I will probably go in and get the larger size as well. I've seen that there are a variety of other Supergoop sunscreens available, so I look forward to some of them coming to the UK. If you've tried any of those, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And if you happen to have tried this one, then let me know what you think. I hope you found this review useful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.